I got y'all another one, yes sir, ski. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is J motherfucking Salty. Don't forget the J and don't forget that nigga can get a little salty. I am the light skin wizard, the light skin therapist, the light skin mister can take your bitch, and just a light skin nigga in general. If you don't know me now, you know me, and for today's video, we're gonna be reacting to Celebrity Worship is Officially Out of Control by my boy Omeezy. And he just hit 100K subscribers, so W 100K subscribers for my boy Omeezy. W's in the chat for sure. And he's probably from, I skimmed through the video, I didn't like play it, but I like skimmed through it like this, like skimmed through it like that. But he's gonna talk about a topic that is kind of like on fire on the internet right now, and that is the Duke Dennis kids situation. And if y'all aren't aware, that man Duke pull-out game is a little weak. Pause. I don't know why I just said that. That's, oh my god, bro. Oh,
get that ass banned.
Oh my, why would I say that? That's just so stupid. Okay, let's just get in the video, bro.
But you know, unfortunately, that option has been taken away from me at this point. It's been taken away from me at this point because y'all keep harassing the mother of my kids and, you know, being very, very weird. And this is exactly what I wanted to protect them from all along. This whole time y'all been, you know what I'm saying, trying to dig into like part of my
you know
life.
What's so crazy? I was on TikTok this morning, and some like after like all this situation starts taking place, all of a sudden a supposed woman that is the baby mother of Duke's kid started talking about how he's a deadbeat father and that he doesn't attend to his kid. My question to you, hey miss, my question to you is like, if this was a reoccurring issue and this was an issue that was always, you know, and always an issue, why all of a sudden you're bringing it up now that everybody is talking about like Duke's name and baby mom and all this shit is the height of the topic right now, and it's given, I ain't gonna lie, like you want some clout. Just I'm gonna hit you with one of these.
Get that ass banned.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to leave. I'm sorry about that, but that's crazy. I wonder if Omeezy's gonna talk about it. If you do, great. More power to us. We'll add more to what we gotta say.
That y'all was never invited in, like from jump.
Y'all won. Y'all happy now? Yeah. Are we satisfied with the outcome? Over the past couple of days, one of the biggest stories on the internet has been Duke Dennis, his baby mamas, his kids, and all I could think to myself is, man, this is a strange conversation. Not that Duke is necessarily hiding.
That's what I was thinking.
The baby mamas are outing him for being some sort of whatever the case may be, but it's this constant obsession with people, these celebrities, their lifestyle, and things that they don't put on camera. I believe we've come into an age and era in which they put a lot of stuff on camera, but it seems as if no matter how much they put on camera, it never satiates the appetite of the hungry audience. So
not word. You can like be going through, or you can be addressing issues or whatever. It can be something, your name can be the topic of the week, and then when you finally go on stream or finally come on the internet and talk about whatever situation that is the trending topic, they tend to not be satisfied. It's like, I don't understand why people, they will push an agenda or push something, like people like, oh, like, does he have a kid? I have kids? And then when he finally comes on stream, it's not like, oh, okay. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't understand why he was getting hate for having kids. I never understood that.
About to record a video.
I think kids are amazing
in this whole baby mama drama. This video,
but having a baby mother is
kind
not
of validates
cool.
everything that I was going to say about the reasons why it doesn't make sense for people to want this, desire this, and this is the most peak level parasocial conversation I have ever been a part of. It's okay for him to leave this stuff off the internet. Why? Because of situations just like this.
But now that like it's affecting like, you know what I'm saying, they well-being, and like they getting like threats and like being called names and shit. That was my like main priority from jump. Just I never wanted them in this whole light, because live on the internet every single day. This is where I am. This is where I live at. And I'm well aware on how like the internet and how nasty the internet is. So I always wanted to keep everybody involved away from that. But now, y'all proved me right once again.
And I feel the same way, dude. And it's crazy that we're here, but we got to figure out how we even got here in the first
Like, I wouldn't
place.
even put, like, my mom's in my mom's, my dad, or even, like, I have a little sister, bro. I have 2 little sisters. Like, I wouldn't even put them on camera. I wouldn't even put them on stream. Like, I just think if I do that, it'll just be so unnecessary, bro. And it's just like, when I got out of my relationship chat, for the people that were in my Discord server, bro, niggas was going under her posts and stuff. And, like, someone even sent her, like, a death threat before. Bro, she went private on Instagram because of that shit. Not crazy. Y'all gotta be weird. Like, I know I show my girlfriend now, but her shit private or anyway. Like, my girlfriend now, like, her shit private, so I see y'all niggas trying to follow her. No.
Get that ass banned.
Honestly, sometimes
Y'all lucky y'all Twitch
Dude,
names don't match your
frick you.
Instagrams.
Now I'm on you now. I was gonna spare you. I'm not sparing you no more. I was pregnant in December, y'all, and the only thing that went home was that baby. He didn't give me a single dollar. Cool, great, I got it. I ain't tripping about it, but it was yours. Told me to keep my baby. And I promise you, after this, I wish you would get on here and tell me that you didn't tell me to keep my baby. Would not pay for it. And every time I text him for something else, instant response. But when I asked you for that money, or when I bring up the abortion, no response.
Duke Dennis over the past couple of days has been hit time and time again with allegations that he has multiple kids, multiple baby mamas.
Bro, and I feel like this is dead just a trend. Like, I feel like a lot of these girls that are on TikTok trying to, like, quote unquote expose Duke for having a kid, I feel like they're just doing it for some clicks and some views. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this is probably like, if you a girl and you go on TikTok and talk about, get some AI Photoshop or some shit, I don't fucking know. You talk about Duke being your fucking baby father or some shit, say that he a deadbeat dad, that shit is like automatic, like minimum 100K views. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
He's not taking accountability for them. He's not feeding them. He's not providing them any clothes or any money, and all sorts of allegations that are ultimately detrimental to his character. Now, the thing about the internet is it takes on the old phrase, a lie can go around the world twice before the truth even gets his pants on to a whole nother extent. There were so many different stories and details about how many kids he had, who was his baby mama, what does this mean when
like, my question is, why do you care? That's another, like, why is it so important? Why do you want to know how many kids he has? It's like the parasocial meter, as every year passes on, it like rises up like by 3.3% every year. It just keeps going up, up, up. It's like every year people just start caring more about like what you do outside of streaming, this and that. Like, okay, he got kids. Okay, that's normal.
It started to get ridiculous to the point where Duke Dennis had to come out and have a conversation about it and express his sentiments about any sorts of rumors or allegations of the sorts.
I do not have 8 kids, which is no offense to anybody who do. I've been actually watching y'all take that and run with it and post it and post about it and post it in like bold print as if you know for a fact that's the case when it's not the case. I done told y'all that like it's certain parts of my life that I just don't want to share with y'all. I'm
and that's valid.
Never going to post my family.
That's valid.
That includes everybody except for my brother probably. My brother is the only person in my family that I will post. Anybody else, I'm not posting them. So I'm sorry if you feel obligated or entitled to like be a part of my life in that way, but I've been decided a long time ago that I would never like post my family in that way.
And I don't blame him at all, because like we've discussed in these other celebrity worship videos, it's a lose-lose type of situation. And we'll discuss it a little bit in a second, but the way that the audience feels like they are obligated to a content creator's personal life, I mean, the real deal details about their personal life is honestly impressively insane. And because this is the internet thing of the week or the day, that then opens up Pandora's box for, you know, a plethora of of women to just start putting allegations after allegations after allegations on Duke Dennis, you know, saying that he has all these multiple kids and stepping forward and saying that they are a part of his collective of women. Like, I think that's just a strange thing, knowing that your baby's father isn't Duke Dennis, but participating in this conversation because you gain something from it.
Like, it don't make sense, bro.
Crush on him. Boom, boom, boom. Things led to boom, boom, boom. I got pregnant. He didn't want to be involved. He didn't want nothing to do with it.
How many kids do I have? I have one son, and his name is Dallas, and he's 2. A lot of y'all don't know my situation, but like my child's father is not involved at all. Certain things floating online with me, and it starts saying speaking on it, NDA signed or stuff like that, and it's like, in no way, shape, or form is that the case in my life. Like, I'm not gonna spend my time like tracking no man down, trying to force them to be a father, trying to go to the internet to force them to step up.
This is his baby. What? Is you trying to be messy again?
Yes, people keep
That's crazy.
asking me, am I one of Duke Dennis' baby mamas? Yes, I am. I want to be known for me.
Somebody hit this. I'm just playing.
Being me, but not
No,
having
I'm not.
a kid with Duke Dennis.
Maybe
Like,
I
that
am.
shit
Now try to see what I said and run with it.
is crazy work. You know what I mean? Like, I put in a lot
Oh,
of
she has
work
a filter.
for my fucking followers. You feel me? So now I'm gonna be noticed. Oh, that's Duke Dennis' baby mama. That's Duke Dennis' baby mama.
Is that not some sort of mental illness? Now, somebody's lying, and
That's
I'm not
what
in the
I'm-
household, so I don't know. But just imagine if these young women are lying and saying that they are Duke Dennis's baby's mother just for some sort of clicks, clout, and attention. Is this not celebrity worship gone out of control? How is this not insane? And this leads to one of Duke Dennis's points in his video where he is talking about why he decided to keep his family offline is because as a whole, the internet is just weird about these things. They can be totally messy. They can be totally crazy about them. And they can honestly step way over the lines. And that's some stuff that we just do not talk about.
Y'all prove me right once again. You feel me? So please stop that, okay? That shit is mentally draining for a lot of people, bro. I don't think y'all understand like the toll it take. You know what I'm saying? On them every single day, especially when y'all calling them names and like doing a whole bunch of weird shit. So just respect is all I've been asking for this whole time. Respect. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
And I wish that was so simple, but as I scrolled through the timeline doing research for this video, I saw nothing but personal attacks and attacks on
Wait,
people.
what did I say?
Whole time. Respect. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
And I wish that was so simple, but as I scrolled through the timeline doing research for this video, I saw nothing.
Duke Dennis is a loser. You big overgrown ass in the stream all day interacting with kids, yet not taking care of any of your own, purposely creating broken homes. Like, ew, I don't look at him so differently. I look at him so differently now. Yo, what up, Lurson? I ain't gonna lie. He ain't gonna fuck you. Oh my God. Don't be scared. Why'd you ban my bro? You being weird.
Nothing but personal attacks and attacks on people's character and all these other things when it came to Duke Dennis in this situation. It's literally the opposite of respect. It's straight disrespect to a person, a person's family, a
You been good,
person's
though?
livelihood, a person's situation that they ultimately do not know. I saw Duke and his family members be called out of their name left, right, and sideways. And it's honestly
Like, imagine
disgusting
opening
because I'm
Twitter
thinking-
and then like somebody calling your mama out of her name. Like, what the fuck did she do? Because I saw some shit like that for like about like Duke's mom or some shit.
to myself, how do we even get to a point where somebody
Like, don't
feels
make sense.
comfortable enough to say that a stranger is a whore slut?
It's clearly why he didn't mention yes, because he's not in there like that.
All these just
He's just assuming that shit. What the fuck?
Is because people feel obligated to their favorite content creators' private life, personal effects, and otherwise. And
Don't
maybe
make sense.
it's the nature of what streaming has become and content creation has become. You know, as we vlog more, as we IRL stream more, as we post more, as we click more, people feel as if they know more about them. But it's so hard to really get comfortable with, you know, your audience or community or, you know, post such things when every time you do post, you drop drop in privacy levels. Like, they have people on the internet giving out think pieces, trying to dissect your mentality of your decision making, of hiding your family, protecting your family, or whatever pieces of the life that you live, keeping it off the internet. We have people that are on the internet giving out whole think pieces about who you are and essentially why.
Yo, chat, and it's so funny. Oh my god, my eye, bro. So, all right, so somebody came in my chat like a month ago, and he got banned. And I banned him because he was just spamming a hard R. Yo. Wait, is my mom home? I'm gonna check her location. I want to show y'all the DM, bro. Hold on, let me see if she home. No, she ain't home. Where the hell is she at? Why? What are you doing not home? Bro, my mom gets me so tight, bro. Like, why are you not home? No need for hostility, man. Be civil. Talking about fighting others and stuff. You're right. Maybe I overreacted it. But don't come in my chat with negative energy. I will be honest though, I am kind of just like fed up with a lot of stuff. But I didn't like that he came into my chat with negativity. So of course I'm going to give negativity, well, not negativity back, but I'm just going to match the energy you came in with. And I don't like that, and I don't like when people come in here and just be disrespectful. At first, like I was like, at first, but like I don't respect that. And it's just like, as I get older and mature more, I just see more things as just like respect, and I understand like with the situation. I even was the bigger person, and maybe a bigger person, and I even admitted to what I faulted in. But listen, bro, I'm not gonna, now I hear you, but your inner conflicts shouldn't dedicate your problem onto others, be a bigger person. You know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Larson. Thank you. I appreciate that. What was I saying? Oh my god, but chat. I'm banning him. All right, let me finish this reaction from my YouTube. I got you. It's chat. What's it called? My mom. I banned some guy in my chat like for saying like the hard R, and the diggy. If I remember, I can show y'all. My mom not home, but he found my mom's Instagram, and he DM'd my mom a screenshot of me banning him, like a screenshot of the ban of him being banned, and he said, "Tell your son to unblock me." This is so random. Nothing. Not doing that. Damn. I said I was gonna unban him. Like, it's all fun and games. I don't know. I said I would finish. I said I would unban him when I finished this video. I didn't say I wouldn't unban him. But this is my Twitch, and if I want to unban somebody, no need for unnecessary animosity. But I feel like personally, all right, hold on. Let's have this conversation. Gotta start CGO. You might make it big one day. All right, hold on. Let me finish. I literally have a little more. We could dead talk about this. Give me one. Just let me finish this reaction real quick. I will dead have a whole conversation about this. Give me just 1 second. I will just hold on. Let me just finish this. All right.
Them a reason as to why you aren't saying these things.
There's some shit that I just keep to myself. My mom.
Okay, I feel like he thinks that his.
She looks familiar. Who do?
gonna go down if he has a baby mama.
I feel like I've seen her play. She played 2K. I feel like I played Fortnite with her too. I don't remember.
And so I just want to know what the heck his reasoning is for not claiming his daughter, though. Is it because he wants to be hoeing? Is it because like what is it?
Because you don't understand the concept that he wants to be not. He doesn't want none of his actual real life personal business to be on the internet.
I get that. I'm just saying I want to know why he doesn't want it on the internet.
Even as somebody is sitting there saying,
because the niggas is weird. Of course, she's not big enough to understand the consequences of being on a... Bro, what are they doing outside? She don't understand. I feel like once you get to like a certain status and how big, like the bigger you get, you start to understand like the internet more. So certain people, you know, maybe if you were this small, you're like, yeah, I don't mind, I'll do it. I'm not that big. Or like compared to when you're bigger, it's like, yeah, I gotta be careful because I got all this status, I got all this fame, but like I flick up with one of my family members and all of a sudden, you know, maybe they didn't want that. Maybe they grew up and they didn't want to have everybody like, oh my god, you're this person, oh my god, you're their brother, oh my god, you're their sister. Like, I always ask my peoples, I always ask my brother, I always ask my girlfriend. I say, hey, do you want to be on stream? Do you want to do this? I always ask them, I let them know because, you know, it's just like, what if they don't want that light to be shined on them?
yo, he just wants his privacy. He doesn't want all this acknowledged. You still have people saying, yo, I want to know why. This young woman is actively saying, no, I need to know why. I want to know why.
Like, why?
I have an obligation to know why this stuff about Duke Dennis.
You guys
and
don't have obligations.
Why? I think creating parasocial relationships is an inherent evil of, you know, content creation in today's age. In order to stay relevant, you have to post. And in order to continue to stay relevant and continue to stay in people's minds, you have to post more and more and more. Part of building an active and loyal community is by making yourself as relatable as possible. And that may mean, you know, playing into some of these narratives and tropes and, you know, relatable things that people have that are a part of your viewing audience. That does build a sort of mental bond between viewer and content creator that I believe is very much unhealthy. But the reality is that
like, I get, like, you know, when it's like, oh, like, yeah, like for example, I don't want to consider myself a fan of nobody. Maybe when I was younger, but as I get older, it's like, I don't know, like, and just I look at it kind of weird. Like, I view these bigger creators and these bigger, like, celebrities, anybody that's above me, as regular people. I view them as, you know, like, they're normal people. And it's like, when you start to meet, like, certain other people, you meet other big people occasionally, and you just think to yourself, you're like, these are really just normal people. That's why, like, with the celebrity crush thing, it's just like, yo, you're like, this whole person don't even know you, and you're crushing over somebody that don't. It's just weird to me. And if, like, listen, if I'm tripping, let me know in the comments. But, like, for me personally, I just think it's weird. I personally think it's weird, and I feel like, I don't know, that's something that you need to question your mental.
I do think that these people who do form these bonds lack some sort of, you know, fulfillment in life, so they're trying to, you know, link through these creators mentally to try to fill some sort of void, almost like that Avatar connection from James Cameron's Avatar movies. But it gets to a point where people can't even take a break on the internet without people diving so deep into the content and the conversation that they develop these storylines. I remember when Phantom took a break literally a few weeks ago, and some of the most outrageous storylines about him being kicked out of AMP, him leaving AMP arose that had no merit.
It was mad random.
And if it weren't for them having such a solid foundation, I don't know if they would be able to survive something like this. Because ultimately, like Duke said, this stuff does get to your head. This stuff is mentally taxing.
I'm gonna keep shit short, bro. People were saying, yo, Phantom got kicked out of AMP. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I built this shit brick by brick, bro. I could never get kicked out.
Valid.
I think this serves
That's
as a
valid
bigger
reason.
lesson for
Valid
those that
reason.
are willing and wanting to be upcoming creators. Be very careful as to what you post online. You know, only give but so much. Now, this may be something that ultimately stunts your growth and stunts your success, but you have to be very strategic about what you do post, what you don't post, what you do talk about on streams or in the content or whatever, and what you don't talk about on the streams, the content or whatever. There are people developing relationships and feelings about you that you honestly have no clue about, to the point where they're willing to put themselves in harm's way to get off a joke because they think that they share the same relationship and bond with you as other content creators do to them. That's literally what happened.
Yo,
in the
I know
DMV
somebody that's like that too. Yo, there's this girl I went to school with, bro. And what's up, babe? And she was selling loud. So I went to her dorm to go get loud. And yo, she had like mad posters of like, she like a Central C fangirl. And it's like when you walk in the dorm, like the dorms are like, okay, the dorms, you know, you got your one side and then you got the other side. You got the one side that's just bland, regular, whatever, and then you go to her side, her shit is just like bad posters after posters after posters. I'm sitting there collecting my loud. I'm looking at myself and I'm looking at her room. I'm like, Za. It's Za. And what happened that I'm just I looked at her, I asked her, I said, what is this? And she was like, oh, this is my man. This is my man, my boyfriend, my man. I'm like, are you dead ass? And she's like, yes, I love him so much. Like, I love him so much. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, bro. I go to my cousin's dorm, bro. And I tell him, I'm like, yo, Kyle. Yo, why does Shorty? I said, why does Shorty in Hall 3? Why does Shorty in Hall 3? I walk in the dorm, bro. This is like mad Central C posters like on the wall and shit. And she talk about like, bro, like I don't know. I just see that shit as weird. And like there's people out there that don't think that shit is weird. I don't know.
Situation from the other day at DreamCon when the young man came out and talked about
this DreamCon
why
situation
he
was
would
crazy.
be suing
I ain't even
DDG
gonna
and
lie,
why
bro.
he didn't think that this would happen to him is because he literally said, well, I thought this was a joke.
He said it's a skit. Like, is that true?
Man, that ain't no skit. I got banned from the event. I can't go back now, and I'm not sure if I can go back next year, which I hope I can. You know, I spent a lot of money coming over here trying to have fun with my people. And I'm not sure if he got banned from the event, which I assume he did, because that goes with his people. But I gotta let you know now. I gotta take legal action against. I gotta take legal action against him or his brother. Somebody out here. That's unacceptable.
Why did you call him doo-doo garbage? Like, why did you say that?
I thought it was all jokes. I never seen DDG react like that in the past. Never seen him tell anybody go do something to anybody else. So I'm thinking it's all good.
Yeah, that's you developing some sort of imaginary connection with DDG, a man that you don't know. Let me remind you that you just don't know. Do I think this will change anything about how people view Duke Dennis? Probably not. If you continue to make judgment calls about something that you don't know, even if he ultimately had to reveal the fact that he did have a baby mamas, or whatever the case may be, and you still continue to judge him and ridicule him, this is the negative side of the celebrity worship that I'm talking about. Only reason why you're doing this is because you pedestalized him in the first place, and now you want to
like the
knock
Central
him
C
down
person. Like the girl that had all the Central C posters.
Because this is how worshiping goes. What I do know will remain is these weirdos and their commentary and conversation online forever. Like this one young lady who ended up doing some digging, and I mean digging, to find these things about this young woman, the person he was at the
And you know what's so crazy, bro? Like the people that go on the internet and dig, if you're not like doing this for like video purposes, like if you're not doing this because you're like a commentary channel or for video purposes, it's like, that's why I love like when they say like the unemployment has like new information for the unemployment, because realistically if you have a job working a 9 to 5, you get off work, bro, like if you have a real life, this shit do not bother you. Like this shit is like, I don't know, bro. You go to school, like this shit is just shit like this is just so like, you know, it kind of confused. That's why I always told myself I would never like date anybody that is like big on the internet, because it's just like it's just I don't want to deal. That's just something I don't want to deal with.
Shower with and started posting these photos online. It amazes me what lengths people go to find these people's families and honestly put them into potential harm's way, because we know that these things can escalate to a further level. Look, I've said it once and I'll say it again. The celebrity worship epidemic has to stop. It's only getting worse, and we need to get a hold of it quick, fast, in a hurry. Or
facts.
The other response, and it would be very reasonable, is that your favorite creator stops giving you information about themselves. They stop making themselves relatable to you, and they ultimately distance themselves from just this entertainment lifestyle. Because nobody wants to live in constant fear of their family being outed, or, you know, somebody running up on them, or, you know, being exposed for having 8 kids. I don't know.
And shit, even if he do, why does it matter? I love kids. I ain't gonna lie. I love kids. I love, like, when I you know, a little older, settle down a little more, get ready to have some kids. I want a lot of kids. I want 4 kids minimum. I want 4 kids. My nana had 9 kids. My aunt had 5. My grandma had 4. Like, I've always grew up around, like, growing up, I was always around, like, kids and shit. I love kids. But, like, besides that, I'm gonna be real with y'all. My advice, stop worshiping all these, like, celebrities and stuff like that. Be yourself. Be your own person. Love yourself, because I don't think you do that a lot for the people that sit there and worship celebrities. Besides that, for my YouTube peoples out there, make sure to, you know, show some love for the video by subscribing. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure to like this video, because if you don't like this video, I'm gonna be very upset with y'all. And also, don't forget to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/JSalty. That's all I have to say. And for that, I'm out, guys, for my YouTube. I'm out.
Alright, free all baby, man. This one from the heart. My day ones are angels, 120 degrees and 3s work all angles. My brother died early, got his halo. My name is section that I can't go.